Good morning, lovelies. ZoëTwoDots here with some more Pokemon Go goodness for you, and today we're going to jump into a quick raid counter guide for Terrakion, Virizion, and Cobalion, the next bunch of legendaries that are going to be cycling into raids once Lugia jumps out. As always, this guide will contain the best counters to use against these three. Additionally, I have a couple of budget pick options if you're a new or returning player or you just don't have the budget to spend some Stardust on powering things up. Screenshots will be on the side here, and the moves shown will be the best move sets to use for these Pokemon. And just to let you guys know as well, we've got a bunch of sales happening over on the merch store. Additionally, we have a full week of sales once Black Friday starts, so do keep your eyes out for that, and link will be in the description. So first off, let's start with Terrakion, and here is what you are looking for to grab the shiny. These shinies are available. I don't have them, so I'm personally going to be trying to get at least one of each, I think. Maybe two of each, and I can keep one in Go and then send one to Pokemon Sword and Shield. For these ones, there are a lot of Shadow Pokemon that are optimal counters, so I'm only going to name the top two just because Shadow Pokemon are stupid expensive to invest in, and if you're someone who is taking the time to invest in Shadow Pokemon, you're probably already know what's best to use for what. You might not be like watching these videos. So the number one for countering Terrakion is going to be Shadow Mewtwo. A very expensive one if you're going to power that up and give it a second move and all that jazz, with Confusion and Psystrike as its moves. And the next best Shadow type is Shadow Metagross. If we eliminate the Shadow Pokemon, still the next best thing is going to be Mewtwo anyway. It's pretty spicy. Get in there with the Psychics. Whack it down. In second place is Mega Blastoise. So if you Mega Evolve this one as well, it's going to boost the other people in the party with the water moves if you have got a water move set on your Blastoise. Water Gun and Hydro Cannon, that is the Comday move. Third is Mega Venusaur. Keep in mind you can only have one Mega yourself active at a time, so maybe coordinate with friends. If someone's going to have a Mega Blastoise, someone else have the Mega Venusaur. That way you can get like the best of both worlds. Vine Whip and Frenzy Plant. Again, Frenzy Plant being the Community Day move from a previous Com Day. After that, we're going to have Metagross, Latios. Jirachi makes an appearance, which is really, really cute. I've been keeping my Jirachi in like Great League range though, so maybe I'll throw it in for some spice, but it's probably not going to be doing the most damage on my side at least. But hey, it's a fun chance to use a Pokemon you don't get to use that frequently if you have powered it up a bit. After that is Conkeldurr, Kyogre, Machamp. Once again, Machamp making a feature, and I must truly emphasize again, if you don't have a decent Machamp, please be sure to get one. This thing comes up like every third raid boss. It's like a counter. It's always pretty relevant. Plus, you can take down the Blissies that are clogging up your gyms. Dialga as well, if you have got one, is going to be super effective. Then in terms of some budget picks, Espeon makes a feature. Mega Gengar, again, maybe the Mega cost might not be there for you, but we just had Halloween event. You most likely are going to have some Mega Gengar energy and some Gengar candy. Other budget picks though that you might already have are Alakazam, Exeggutor, and Hariyama. Swampert too is in like the top 20, top 25. So nothing too crazy, definitely a good spread of legendaries we've had before and probably have decent ones of, and then our returning regulars. The Machamps, put together a whole team of 6 if you need to. This thing comes back pretty frequently. Next up, Cobalion, however you would like to say it. I'm going to say Cobalion because it is a cobalt kind of lion thing. Even though it's got like the antlers of like a gazelle or a springbok or an ibex or something in that general family, Cobalion. Now stick with it. Here's what the shiny looks like as well. It's a nice little, little subtle change. It's kind of nice, it's alright. In the top 3, there are 2 Shadow Pokemon, and those Shadows are Shadow Machamp and Shadow Entei. If you got them, go for it. If not, boop, save your dust. Top counter being Mega Charizard. So again, if you have the Mega to spend, Mega Charizard away. After that, Reshiram, I'd say fairly new legendary. It hasn't had many rotations, so if you have got a decent one, go for it. If not, maybe trade with a friend, if possible, to snag one, because it is pretty good. Lucario makes a feature, Mega Houndoom makes a feature as well. Conkeldurr, so maybe if you decided to finally evolve your first Conkeldurr, you can use it across, at least the Terrakion and the Cobalion together, like 2 for the price of 1 if you did decide to power up a Conkeldurr. Chandelure is back, and as I said from one of our raid counters previously, you can just be using that same Chandelure and TMing back and forth between Ghost and Fire, as is necessary. Last month it was Ghost was the best option. This month it is Fire as the best option. So for me, my spicy little Chandelure is coming back in for this team. After that, we have got Darmanitan, we have got Moltres, and we have got Machamp. Machamps, man. They've been around for forever. They're cheap to trade. They're cheap-ish to power up and evolve. Do it. After that, you could use Blaziken, Heatran, Excadrill, Groudon, or Entei. For fun as well, with another mythical, Victini does make it into the top 25, which again, if you want to use some spice, maybe use your mythical that doesn't get to have a feature that often, might be a cute one to use. And then for the budget picks, another little bit of crossover, we have got Hariyama, Mega Gengar again, Flareon, Arcanine, and Typhlosion. Then jumping across to Virizion, here's what the shiny is going to be looking like. This one has got quite a few, again, as Shadow type counters. Here's the top two, Shadow Moltres and Shadow Mewtwo. So again, not cheap ones by any means, but it's an option. The next best things, first of all, the best thing is going to be Mega Pidgeot, which I might actually commit to using one, because I did Mega Evolve one for a bunch of photos. Maybe it's gonna get, it's time to shine again. However, it does need the move Gust and Brave Bird, Legacy moves there. So you could use an Elite TM on that if you wanted to. If not, maybe skip out on using the Mega, just potentially. After that, top choices are going to be Moltres, Mega Charizard, Honchkrow, Rayquaza, Ho-Oh. Sneaking into the top 10 is a pretty cheap one, I would say, is Staraptor, if you haven't evolved your Starly and things like that yet. Tornadus makes an appearance as well. Braviary, if you're feeling spicy and you have a Rufflet to evolve. And Pheasant, as well, I would say is a pretty budget pick, and it's made a couple of features recently. It's P-Dove, it's big P-Dove. So if you've got enough candies and stuff to evolve one, you might as well. Mewtwo pops in to say, hey, Zapdos as well makes a feature. Additionally, any of the Lugia that you caught from last week's raids, those will be relevant here too with the Aeroblast move. And then a couple of budget-ish picks. Mega Gengar again, so it's making a feature across all three. Mega Beedrill pops in. Togekiss, it's always good to have one of those spicy, decent IVs maxed out if you can. It pops up quite a lot. It's like one of those long-term budget. Big investment at the start, long-term payoff. Surfetch'd pops in, which, could go either way. It is time investment in terms of the excellent throws to evolve one, but it's a decent counter. Just good old-fashioned Pidgeot works too. Then Yanmega, Fearow, and that Chandelure again with the fire moves. So plenty of options for counters for these three, and a nice little bit of crossover for, the majority. You can probably save a bit if you do have a sit down and kind of see what you've got and what kind of works across all three a little bit, or across, these two and these two, whatever crosses over, to save yourself some dust. I'll show you guys my teams as well and what I've got put aside. I usually try to go for a bit of spice, and generally I won't go for something, I won't use like 6 of something. I like to use 1 of everything, because what's the point of hunting for hundos and for shinies and stuff if you're not going to use those things? So I like to have a little bit of everything, a bit of a smorgasbord of what I'm going to use. So for my Virizion team is going to be my Mega Pidgeot. I need to power that boy up because he's a little bit small. My Moltres with the flying moves, my Honchkrow. I've got my Rayquaza as well. Bonus points as well. You can now see the moves of Pokemon while you're building your team. So if I long hold on this move, on this Pokemon rather, it'll pop up with the moves available, which makes it really, really easy to pick stuff. The P-Dove and the Pidgey there, I will pick something else. I'm not going to battle with a Pidgey and a P-Dove, but I haven't quite decided what spice I'd like in for my Virizion team. For our Cobalion, we're gonna have the Mega Charizard, the Reshiram with fire moves, Lucario, my Conkeldurr will be in place of that Timber, it's just currently in the gym, my Litwick and my Darmanitan, and then for my Terrakion, getting in there with the Mewtwo, with the Mega Blastoise, if I remember to Mega Evolve these, of course, that is the thing. My Metagross, my Latios. Jirachi, I'm gonna put it in there. It's not super strong, but I wanna give it some love, take it out for a walk, let it have its time in the sun. And then the Conkeldurr as well will be in that Timber spot. So a nice bit of spice and a variety. Let me know in the comments down below, is there one particular counter that you're super looking forward to using? Do you like using a bit of spice and variety, or are you just like, nah, I use like 6 Rayquaza that are maxed out 98% and I don't deviate from the course? Let me know your vibe. With that being said, it is like stupid hot in this room. Summer is officially turning on in Australia. It is getting spicy here. So I'm gonna wrap this one up and go and sit in the air conditioning. As always, lovelies, thank you so much for watching. If you are new, please be sure to subscribe. Thank you to everyone who did leave a like as well. And if you would like additional ways to support the channel, links for Patreon and the merch are in the description down below. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful morning, noon, night, whatever time it is for you. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.